My beloved child, pause everything right here, right now. This is not a casual scroll or just another message in the noise of the day. This is the moment heaven bends low to speak directly to you. I have waited for this precise instant when your heart would be still enough, your spirit alert enough to receive what I've longed to whisper into the deepest places of your soul. This is sacred ground. I need you to understand that what I'm about to say could shift the very course of your life. The door I've held open for you, the one you've prayed for, cried over, begged me to show you it's open. But not for long. Only minutes remain before it begins to close. And once it shuts, child, it may not open again. I don't say this to frighten you, but to wake you, to shake the slumber off your spirit. You've grown used to delay. You've made peace with postponing obedience. But this is not the hour to stall. You stand now at a divine threshold. And what lies beyond it is not just a blessing. It's destiny. I crafted it before time began. I tailored it to your name, your fingerprint, your purpose. And though you've wandered and questioned and feared, I never revoked the promise. I only waited and waited. But now, beloved, the waiting ends. The invitation is in your hands. You asked me for a sign, for confirmation, for clarity. You wanted me to spell it out to be unmistakably clear. And here I am. Not through thunder, not through fire, but through this very moment. This voice you're hearing. This stirring in your chest. You cannot explain away. This is your sign. And yet still I see you hesitate. I see the war between your desire and your doubt. You stand frozen, caught between the comfort of what you know and the uncertainty of what I've promised. But hear me now. Doing nothing is not neutral. Every moment you remain still in fear is a quiet retreat from the calling I placed within you. Every second of delay is a silent no. Even if your lips never utter the word. I am not angry, child. I'm not here to shame you. I'm here because I love you too deeply to let you miss this moment without warning. I've watched you settle for less than what I designed. I've seen you try to fill the ache with things that cannot satisfy. But now I am laying it bare. The door is open. The hour is short. And heaven is holding its breath to see what you will choose. I know what it feels like to be afraid of the unknown. You've been burned before. You've stepped out before and been hurt. But child, this is not that. This is not you walking alone, unprotected. This is me, the God who made you. The Father who saw every tear and heard every whisper in the night, stretching out my hand and saying, trust me again. This door leads to more than just a change in scenery. It leads to transformation, to elevation, to the very next chapter I've prepared for you. And it will cost you your hesitation. Look at your life. Look at the patterns. How many times have you circled the same mountain? How many doors have you watched close while you debated whether or not to walk through them? I know those moments. I was there for all of them. And I was patient. But now the moment has come where mercy and urgency meet. I'm not presenting another option. I'm presenting your appointed time. And time is moving. You've asked me for more. You've begged me to shift things, to change your life, to break cycles and open paths. I heard you. I didn't ignore those prayers. They built this moment. They brought you here to the very edge of something greater than you've known. But now you must move because a path unopened becomes a path unseen. And the door unentered becomes a regret you carry. I don't want that for you. If you're feeling a weight in your spirit right now, it's not coincidence. It's confirmation. It's the tug of destiny on your heartstrings. Don't dismiss it. Lean into it. Let it speak louder than the fear, louder than the what-ifs and may. You've been stuck, but you were never meant to stay stuck. You were meant to grow, to rise, to carry light into dark places and hope into hopeless ones. But none of that happens if you remain where it's safe. Safe will not sustain you in this next season. You've outgrown the comfort zone and now it chafes at your calling. That's why the restlessness has grown louder. That's why the old ways no longer soothe. Because I've placed within you a hunger for the next level, next purpose, next glory. And this door is your way forward. It's not just a new opportunity. It's an answered prayer in disguise. But even answers require action. Can you hear the urgency in my voice? Can you feel the weight of what's at stake? I'm not speaking in riddles. I'm not cloaking this in metaphor. I'm telling you plainly because I don't want you to say later that you didn't know. This is your moment, child. And I don't want to watch you walk away from it, haunted by what could have been. This is not the time to be casual. This is the time to be courageous. And still, I sense the inner tension. Part of you is already moving. Your spirit is leaning in. Even as your mind clings to caution, that's okay. I'm not asking you to feel fearless. I'm asking you to choose faith in the face of fear. I'm asking you to walk anyway. Even if your knees are trembling, even if you don't see the full path, even if all you know is that I am on the other side, that's enough. I am enough. I want you to feel how personal this is. This isn't a broadcast to the masses. This is me and you one-on-one. Your name is written on this message. Your story is woven into these words. And the decision you make in the next moments will ripple far beyond you. Because your obedience is not just about your blessing. It's about the lives connected to you. There are others waiting on the other side of your yes. Yes, it will stretch you. Yes, it will challenge you. But it will also change you in ways you've prayed for but didn't know how to reach. In ways you've longed for but thought were out of reach. This door is not about ease. It's about purpose. And purpose is always worth the cost. I'm not asking you to have all the answers. I'm asking you to trust the one who holds them. So take a breath. Let the truth settle. Let it echo in the chambers of your heart. You are not too late. The door is still open, but not for long. The clock is moving and heaven is watching. The time to step forward is now. Not when you feel more ready. Not when it makes more sense. Now, because I say so, because I've gone before you. Because I've made the way. And if your heart is beating faster, if your soul is stirred, if something in you feels like it's waking up, don't ignore that. That is me. That is my spirit confirming this word in you. I am closer than your breath, closer than your thoughts. And I am speaking this word to you now because I don't want you to miss what I've prepared. You've been asking me to speak. I am speaking and I am speaking clearly. This is your moment. Don't let it slip by. Don't let fear steal what faith can claim. I am with you. I am for you. And I am holding this door open. Not forever, but for now. Will you walk through? The door is open, but the seconds are slipping. Can you feel it? The tension in the air, the invisible pull deep in your chest. The quiet yet undeniable stirring in your spirit. That's not emotion. That's not coincidence. That is your Father, your Creator, calling you into motion. My voice is reaching for you because the hour is not only urgent, it is divine. And the opportunity you've been waiting for, the one you've longed for, but didn't think you were ready to receive, is standing right in front of you, glowing, open, beckoning, but it will not remain open forever. You've been asking for me to intervene, to break the cycle, to send a sign. And now you are face to face with what you've prayed for. Yet still, you pause. You analyze the hinges instead of walking through the threshold. You measure the risk instead of receiving the reward. But I am not calling you to figure it all out. I'm calling you to trust, to act. Because what I have placed behind this door is not just a small shift in your circumstances. It is a complete reordering of your destiny. You may not know this, but time is folding. I'm aligning things in the background at a speed you cannot comprehend. The people, the resources, the moments, all converging toward your obedience. But alignment without movement leads to collapse. And I will not allow what I built for you to collapse. Because you hesitated. That's why I'm speaking now clearer than I ever have. Because love will not let me be silent. I know you. I know your heart, your fears, the thoughts that rush in when you come to the edge of something new. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail again? What if I'm not ready? But child, hear me. Those are not your thoughts. They are lies from the one who fears your obedience more than you know. Because your yes will shake kingdoms. Your yes will shift generations. Your yes will unlock favor that has been waiting like rain behind a dam. And I have my hand on the floodgate. But the gate does not open on its own. It opens at your yes. That door you see. It's more than opportunity. It's inheritance. And what you do now determines whether you'll carry it or only remember it as the thing you almost stepped into. I don't want your memory to be haunted by what you didn't claim. I don't want you walking in circles around what could have been yours. So I'm pouring out my heart, pleading like a father who sees his child walking toward traffic urgently, lovingly, firmly because the clock is ticking. You may think you have time. You may believe there will be another moment, another window, but not all doors open twice. Not all blessings wait indefinitely. I give in seasons, and this is your season. The next few minutes matter more than you realize. The atmosphere around you is shifting. You can feel it like the quiet before a storm, like the pause before a wave breaks. The spiritual weather has changed and I've cleared the skies for you, but only for a moment. This is not to scare you. It's to awaken you. You've asked me for new beginnings, for a breakthrough, for a purpose you can walk in with confidence. I'm showing it to you. And yet you stand there calculating instead of surrendering, wondering if you're too broken, too flawed, too late. But child, I don't use perfection. I use the willing. And willingness means moving even when your hands shake. Remember this. Your fear does not disqualify you. It's your refusal to move that does. You can walk afraid and I will strengthen you as you go. You can move with trembling steps and I will steady your feet mid-stride. I've done it before. Look back and remember how many times did you think it was over. But I made a way. This is no different. I've never left you and I won't start now. But I cannot walk for you. I can only walk with you. I am standing on the other side of the threshold. Arm extended, eyes filled with joy, waiting for the moment your faith speaks louder than your fear. You don't need to shout. You don't need a perfect prayer. You just need to say yes. A whisper will do. Because in my kingdom, even a whisper of obedience is thunder in the spirit realm. I've seen the pain you carry. I know how tired you are of going in circles, of battling the same thoughts, of living just beneath the surface of what you were made for. This door is your exit from that life. Not a fantasy, but the future I prepared for you before you ever took your first breath. You were born for more than survival. You were made to thrive, to build, to lead, to inspire, to reflect my glory in ways that light up the darkness around you. But none of it happens if you don't step through. You're not just choosing for today. You're choosing for the generations after you. For the family that will rise because you decided to say yes. For the stranger who will hear your story and find courage for their own. For the broken soul who will watch your breakthrough and believe again. Your obedience is not just about your blessing. It's about the ripples it sends through the world. I'm not showing you the full picture because if you saw it, the weight of it might overwhelm you. But I am showing you the door. And that's all you need to see. Because the door is the beginning of the story I've written for you. A story you've only scratched the surface of. But it won't be written unless you walk through. This is not theory. This is your life and the time is now. So tell me, child, what are you waiting for? A better moment, a louder sign, a stronger feeling. I have given you this window, this breath, this heartbeat as your confirmation. I've ordered this exact moment with precision. The words you're hearing right now aren't by chance. They are divine orchestration. Every letter, every sentence was timed with eternity in mind. This is not hype. This is heaven. The door will not remain open forever. The countdown has already begun. And though I am patient, I am also holy. I move in seasons, and this season is short. The blessing door I've opened will close. And if you're not through it by then, the echo of that missed moment will follow you longer than you expect. I don't say that to burden you. I say it because I love you enough to tell you the truth. I'm holding this door open for you, but only for a little while longer. Your next moment, your next step, your next chapter. It all waits just beyond this opening. Will you walk toward it? Or will you watch it shut and wonder what could have been? I will always love you. That never changes. But blessings, child. Blessings come in moments. And moments do not wait. The silence you're feeling now, that isn't emptiness. It's me. I'm quiet. Not because I've left, but because I'm giving you space to choose. I've already spoken. I've already opened the door. And now I wait, not in frustration, but in longing. I long to see you move. I long to watch you step over the threshold and finally claim what I've been guarding on the other side for you. You've wondered what it would look like when the moment came. You've tried to imagine how you'd feel when destiny brushed past your fingertips. This is it. Not in flashing lights or trembling mountains, but in this sacred invitation wrapped in words that won't leave your soul alone. The pull you feel in your gut. Right now. That strange mix of fear and fire, that's how you know. That's how you know this moment matters more than most. Let me speak to the fear again. It's not your enemy. It's your indicator. It shows you that what stands before you is weighty and real. Fear only shows up when something important is on the line. So don't run from it. Don't suppress it. Face it with me. Let it tell you the truth it cannot hide. This moment matters. This door matters. And the life on the other side is worth every ounce of courage it takes to say yes. You may think you're not ready. You may think you're still too weak, too wounded, too weary. But I've already made the decision to trust you with this next season. I don't call the qualified. I qualify the called. And you, my child, are called. I chose you knowing every flaw, every wound, every hesitation. Still, I said that one. That's the one I will bless. That's the one I will send. That's the one I will trust with something that carries eternal weight. I know it feels heavy, but that weight, it's holy. You've carried burdens that weren't yours. Worry, shame, guilt, people's opinions, and yet you survived. Now I'm asking you to carry something far more beautiful. Purpose, blessing, calling. Yes, it's heavier than comfort. But it will lift your soul like nothing else ever has. And I promise, child, I will carry it with you. You will never bear it alone. Do you hear me? You will never bear it alone. Let that promise settle in. Let it quiet the storm of doubt. Because I am not just sending you through the door. I am going with you step for step, breath for breath, day by day. I have never abandoned you. Not in your darkest moments, not in your loudest silence. And I won't start now. I am the same God who stood by you when no one else saw your pain. And now I stand here again, hand outstretched, heart open, holding your future. You've been circling the same ground, haven't you? Fighting battles you thought you'd already won. Trying to make peace with patterns that no longer fit the person you're becoming. That's because you've outgrown this season. That internal discomfort isn't punishment. It's preparation. It's the ache of transition. The spiritual growing pains that mean you're ready to rise. And this door, this is your way out of the wilderness. But I won't push you. I won't drag you. That's not who I am. Love never forces, it invites. I will never make you walk through a door you don't choose. I'm not here to manipulate you with fear. I'm here to awaken you with truth. And the truth is this. Your blessing has arrived, but it will not linger forever. The time for delay has passed. The moment of decision is now. You might think the door is the test, but it's not. The test is trust. Will you trust me when the future is uncertain? Will you trust me when the next step isn't clear, but my voice is? Will you trust that the same hand that brought you this far will not let you fall now? This door doesn't demand perfection. It requires obedience. And obedience is always a choice made in the quiet, trembling space between fear and faith. Do you remember the last time you felt this way? The last time I whispered go and you said not yet. I was there and I waited and I watched as you talked yourself out of what I tried to give you. But child, this isn't that moment. This isn't another lesson. This is the fulfillment. This is the arrival. This is the divine alignment of everything I've been shaping in the shadows for your good. You weren't forgotten. You weren't overlooked. I didn't miss your prayers. I stored them. I didn't ignore your pain. I repurposed it. Every moment of waiting was preparing this. Every season of silence was training your ears to hear me now. And I know you hear me. Don't lie to yourself. Don't drown this out with distractions. I've gotten your attention. And that was no small feat, don't waste it. There's something else I need you to hear. It's not just your life that hangs in the balance. Your yes will echo. Your obedience will ripple into places you can't yet see. There are people, souls tied to your decision. Some you haven't even met yet. But they're waiting on the other side of your yes. When you move, you'll unlock more than your own future. You'll unlock theirs. That's why the stakes feel so high, because they are. This is bigger than you. But it's also deeply, deeply personal. You may be tempted to shrink back, to tell yourself this message is for someone else, but you know better. You feel the fire in your bones. You feel the holy ache in your spirit. Don't deny it. Don't numb it. Let it wake you. Let it convict you. Let it call you higher. You weren't made to live beneath your calling. You weren't built for spiritual survival mode. You were born to step into kingdom territory and take ground for my name. I see your trembling. I see your hesitation. But I also see your hunger. That hunger is holy. It's been growing beneath the surface even when you couldn't feel it. And now it's breaking through. That fire inside you. That's me. That's the evidence of your readiness. You've prayed to be used. You've asked to be trusted. This is how it starts. So, I'll ask you plainly, will you trust me when you can't see the next step? Will you walk through the door even if you feel unqualified? Will you say yes even if your voice shakes? Because that is all I need. A whisper of obedience, a mustard seed of faith. That's how I move. That's how I multiply. That's how I build my kingdom. One trembling yes at a time. You are not too late, but the window is closing. Not to punish you. Not to scare you, but because obedience is always tied to timing. And what I've aligned on the other side of this door is moving. If you don't move with it, you'll miss the wave. I don't want that for you. I want you to ride the current of my purpose. Not sit on the shore wondering what could have been. I want you to look back one day and say, that was the day everything changed. Because it can be. This is more than motivation. This is movement. The moment is sacred. The decision is yours. Take another breath, child. Slow and steady. Let it fill your lungs. That air, I gave it to you. That heartbeat, I'm sustaining it. You're still here listening, leaning in, wrestling with truth. And that alone says so much. You haven't walked away. You haven't dismissed my words. And that means the soil of your heart is still soft enough for me to plant something eternal. That means there's still time, but not much. I don't say this lightly. The final door is still open. For a moment longer, the invitation remains. I'm holding it wide with nail-scarred hands, asking for one thing. Not perfection, not performance, not polished prayers. Just your yes. That's all I've ever wanted. A real raw trembling yes that pushes past fear and says I trust you even when I don't have all the details, because I do have the details, child. I see what's ahead. I see the challenges. Yes, but I also see the victories. I see the favor. I see the healing. I see the impact your life will carry once you walk through. This next season is not just a step forward. It's a shift upward. A graduation into the greater. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. And I will walk every mile with you. You've carried disappointment like bricks on your back. You've whispered questions in the dark that no one heard but me. You've wondered if I still speak, if I still move, if I still choose people like you. Let me answer you with unwavering clarity. Yes, I speak. I move. And I choose you right now in this moment with everything you are and everything you're not. There is something you need to understand. I don't call the future version of you. I call the current one. I'm not waiting for you to be more spiritual, more successful, more perfect. I'm calling the version of you who's tired, scared, unsure. Because that's the version of you I love most fully. That's the version of you who truly depends on me. That's the one who is ready. So here we are, the edge of everything. One final breath before the step. One final pause before the promise. All of heaven is leaning in. Angels have been dispatched. The atmosphere around your life is pulsing with possibility. And still I will not force you. The power of this door lies in your choice. But know this door will not stay open. This is a sacred moment sealed in time. A divine appointment written in the margins of eternity. You will not always feel this pull. The wind of my spirit does not blow forever in one direction. When it moves with purpose. When it stops with intention. So if you feel the tug, don't ignore it. If your heart is pounding, don't silence it. That is my spirit confirming the call. You may still have doubts. That's okay. Bring them with you. You may still feel fear. That's okay, too. Walk with it, not away from me. I didn't ask you to be fearless. I asked you to be faithful, even just enough to take the first step. Because once you do, you'll realize the ground beneath you is more solid than you ever imagined. My presence will meet you there. Let me tell you what's on the other side of this door. Joy, not shallow happiness. Real, deep, soul-healing joy. Peace that surpasses your understanding. Strength you didn't know you had. Relationships restored. Purpose rekindled. And above all else, me. More of me. You'll see my hand in ways you've only dreamed about. You'll hear my voice with greater clarity. You'll carry my glory in deeper measure. But if you let this moment pass, if you watch the door close while still wondering, it may not open again the same way. You will move on. Yes, you will still be loved. I will still be with you. But this door, this particular calling, this exact alignment, it won't wait forever. Blessings are eternal, but timing is fragile. So choose, child. Not out of fear, but out of love. Love for the destiny I've written for you. Love for the people waiting to be changed by your obedience. Love for the one who laid everything down just to open this door for you. You've made it this far through my message for a reason. Your heart has been stirred. You feel it, don't you? The shift, the pull, the ache to move. Let that be your answer. Let that be your beginning. And if you sense that I've been speaking directly to you today, if your heart knows this isn't just a coincidence, don't keep it to yourself. Say it, write it, type it, declare it, comment a meme below as your personal yes. As your way of saying, I hear you, Father. I trust you. I'm walking through. And if you felt this message resonate deep in your spirit, if you've sensed me in the pauses between the words, if your soul is burning with recognition, then stay close. Come deeper. Be part of something more. There is a reason you're here. You were drawn to this message for a purpose. This is not the end. It's the beginning. I want you to know with all the love in my heart that I have more to say to you and I want to keep speaking. This message isn't the only one I've written for your life. I've spoken before and I will speak again. You'll find my whispers in every word, every reminder, every encouragement I've tucked into this place. So if this stirred you, if this made something wake up in you, stay connected. You don't have to walk this alone. I am with you now and always. And I will never stop fighting for your yes. This is the blessing door. It is open, but not forever. Choose me now. And if this word pierced your heart, if you felt heaven speak, then let your first act of obedience be this. Comment amen below. Say yes. Let your words echo your faith and come join me where the blessing lives. This is just the beginning.